What is up, people? It's your boy NATZ, aka the Hidden Legend, and I'm back again with another good video for you guys to watch and to always tune in. It's good to be back, guys. Now, before I actually begin with today's video, I want to make an important point that I think is best to take in. Of course, by the title of this video, I will be talking about angels, what they mean, what they do, why were they created, who are they, how do they look like, are they all the same? These type of questions, I'll be covering it through this video. And of course, this is a spiritual topic. This is a topic on which is about the supernatural. It's not about the natural. It's about principalities of the air, that the things we can't see, the unseen world, which is very true. Believe what you want to believe in. I'm not really here to debate or try and tell you what to do, but the supernatural world is real and it's more deeper than the actual world. We are literally walking amongst spirits every single day. To really understand this for yourself, it comes with you actually wanting to know. There's many people, right? They go to church, they have their favorite YouTuber, spiritual YouTuber, whether it's Soul Illuminati, Marcus Rogers, Von Tucott, whoever. I can go on and on, with the names, but everyone has their own person that they go to for spiritual guidance, which is cool. But sometimes this can be done the wrong way. There's many people out there that they're very reliant on the teachers that they have, which is not bad, but they need to put in the work as well. Basically, or the best analogy to use is school. If a student went to school for the entire semester, for the entire year, and never wrote notes, never actually went back home to revisit what the teacher was saying, I don't think he'll be happy with his report card. Why? He wasn't really taking it in for real. If anything, don't just be so quick to take in, actually go back and look out for yourself. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And that's what I did. And I want you guys to do the same thing to angels. I'll be talking about angels. I'll be talking about spiritual angels. And what they are, what they do, and their purpose. This is, of course, basically similar to the videos that I made previously about God and the devil. I will leave the links down below somewhere in this video so you can go back and watch it. But it's kind of like the same format as I used in those videos. So of course, I'm sure you probably asked this question yourself at one point in your life. Probably when you was a child. In cartoons and TV shows, we have a scene of cartoon character encounters an angel. They get blessed by an angel, whatever it is. Has massive wings, is holy, is white. It's common in the media, very common. What the media throws, especially at kids, it's not 100% the truth. It's the same thing with the devil, Most cartoons, especially from Hollywood, they like to depict the devil as this friendly guy. You can chill with him, you can have fun with him, you can go watch movies with him, you can go eat with him. They pretty much portray him as your best friend. Most TV shows, they portray God as this big man with a massive voice, this type of thing, which is not too far off, but they don't really portray him how he actually is portrayed in the Holy Bible, which of course is what I'm going to be referring to for this video, because it's the most accurate form for these type of things. And this is not me saying it, a lot of people have said it. People that have years, study, practice on these type of things have actually come out to say these things are real. So before we get to the first point, I'd like to give you guys a background of what to actually bear in mind and what to actually know. In the Bible alone, angels are mentioned about 273 times. So there's 273 references to angels, which it's a bit different from, of course, what we hear from God, the devil. Obviously, God is pretty much the most, but of course, the devil, we don't really hear that much. But especially the angels, it's kind of a lot. 273 is a lot. You know, there's different types. There's different types. You know, it's just not. It's almost like humans. We're not all one race. You know what I'm saying? You got black, you got white, Hispanic. It's kind of the same with angels. You got different types of angels, but you got different types. And or have different abilities or powers that they're like on another level compared to us humans. They actually are very powerful, you know, very, very powerful and very holy, which I will dive in later on. Some are invisible, especially people in the Bible. They've been able to hear them speak, hear their voices. So some you can see and some you can't see, which is probably not, it's not probably unusual that at least someone in a lifetime have actually encountered an angel before. It's not going to be an unusual case, because in some cases they're invisible. You can't even see or hear them. It's of another realm, and because it's of another realm, you can't physically see it. 9 times out of 10, it's not. You just can't physically see an angel, see spirits. You can't physically see it. You can't. You know, because it's not of this realm. It's not of this universe. They exist, but you can't see it. That's what kind of brings the confusion. Oh, if it's not real, okay, if I can't see it, then it's not real. It's not that, it's because it's not of this realm. There's different realms. So that's why I'm saying a lot of people feel like this person is a devil, this person is an angel, this person is a demon. 9 times out of 10, you can't really physically see these things. So the first point, right? Angels are 100% made and created by God. And He created angels before human beings as well. If you look at Genesis, right, we're going to be looking at Genesis 2 verse 1, right? Thus the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished. So obviously in Genesis 2 verse 1, God is basically saying that, look, thus the heavens and the earth, because of course angels, they don't live here on this earth, they live in heaven. They're with God in heaven. So God is saying, so Genesis 2 verse 1 is saying, thus the heavens and the earth, all the hosts of them were finished. So before He even created, humans, you got the angels. And of course, I did mention the story of Lucifer. I mentioned him. He was an angel as well. Very powerful, talented angel, that was in charge of the music in heaven. So of course, one thing to know is that angels were created by God before humans. They wasn't created at the same time. They were created before humans, which means that they are way more powerful and way more knowledgeable and way more wiser than humans. Way more. To the point where they don't even dwell on this earth. If a human being actually saw an angel, they'll probably faint. They'll probably die on the spot. We're talking, these are creatures that are of godly energy. It's not normal. It's out of this planet. Their power, their abilities are out of this planet. Because their creation are created firstly by God. So remember Genesis 2 verse 1. Remember that verse. You can go look up in the Bible. Thus as heaven and the earth and all the hosts of them were finished. You can look up. So yeah. They were created definitely, but before human life. So we also got another verse, Colossians chapter 1 verse 16. For by Him all things were created, things in heaven and earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things were created by Him and for Him. So of course, this verse is powerful. It speaks about Him creating things that are visible and invisible, and how all things are created for him and by him. So everything, this kind of explains a lot of things. Everything that we see and do, everything that was created was literally created for God, because he created it. And of course, if you were to create something, you're not just creating it for the sake of it, you're creating it for yourself. That's how God views everyone else, and that's how God views the angels. Not only did God create the angels, he created it for himself. He created it for his glory. The angels are like messengers. They're like, think of it like a business, God's the CEO and the angels are like the employees, They work for him. They're there, they're hired by God and they work for him. They do the works for him. They're the messengers, there's different words, there's different things, there's a lot to even cover. There's a lot of phrases that are given to them. They're known as the messengers, that's in Daniel 4 verse 13. You've got the watchers, the watchers as well. They watch our every move. They watch everything that we do. They see everything that we do. They're there, they're amongst us. They're called the watchers as well, and that's Daniel 4 verse 17. And they're called chariots as well, That's what they're called too. They're called chariots too.